Hello Champagne Dreamers, welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Miss Jaye, and for this video, I am super excited to talk about 10 things that I love that everyone else hates. The subtitle for this video is just, Nana doesn't like the trends. So we're going to talk about some of the ways that I don't like the way things change. I like what I like, okay? I just like it. And so we're going to talk about some things that everybody else like reads to filth that I think is adorable and fantastic, and I just embrace it and love it. So if you're excited to see what those things are, see if you also love them, or maybe you're one of the haters, go ahead and stick around. We're getting into it right now. Now, before I get started, I should say that some of these are individual products that people have anti-hauled or talked about or kind of bad-mouthed a little bit. And some of them are just maybe more like ideas or categories or things that aren't necessarily things that everybody hates, but they're things that are really not on trend right now. So everybody is loving other things and has moved on from these, and I refuse. I refuse to move on. I just love them. So let's go ahead and get into the countdown of the top 10 things that I love that everybody else hates. Starting with number 10. Number 10, the thing that I love that everybody else hates is large palettes. I've got a couple of examples here from Glamlight Cosmetics, which I absolutely love. This is their paint palette, and this is their cake palette. And I don't mind a big palette. I love lots of colors, lots of options. I absolutely adore them. One of the things that I hear often from people who don't like large palettes are that they're tough for travel, and I do get that. I realize that I'm not the average makeup consumer. I'm not the average person on the street. I'm not the girl next door, unless you happen to live next door to a Betty Ford Center. Like, I am not typical. I get it. So when I travel, like if I go to a convention and I'm going to be in drag all weekend, I bring a huge, like, toolkit full of makeup. It's very much like whatever I need for the exact look that I want. I don't worry about the limits of travel. I bring whatever I need for those looks. So I am extra, I'm ridiculous, hashtag hooker clown, I get it. And so I love it. I don't mind having big palettes for travel. I would absolutely travel with them. The big Norvina palettes, I think that these are great. I would travel with these. My only concern is about these getting broken because they are that hard plastic. So that makes me a little nervous, but I love a big palette. As a little bit of an aside, if you'd like to see my ranking of all 7 of the Norvina Pro palettes, definitely take a look up in those cards. I'm going to link it for you there, and I'll also link it down below in the description box. Now, I'm not probably buying a whole bunch of new, like 35 Morphe palettes anytime soon, but I don't mind a big palette if it's well curated, it's an interesting color story, and if the performance is good. And number 9 on the list of things that everyone else hates that I love, and this isn't necessarily something that people hate, but it's just something that people forgot about, and that is the Kesha Rose palette. This showed up and people talked about it for like a week, and it was in some like will I buy it, some anti-hauls and things like that. And I know it's by HipDot, which is maybe a little bit of kind of a sketchy makeup brand. I don't know a lot about them. They kind of just showed up out of nowhere. But this palette is thebomb.com, Nana says. That's an old saying, I know. But I love this palette. I think the colors are beautiful. I love Kesha as a musician, as an artist. I don't know why more people didn't like pick this up, play with it. This is really good. So this makes me think that maybe HipDot kind of is a legit makeup company. I love this, and I don't know why more people didn't jump on this. So I absolutely love it. This is the Kesha Rose palette from HipDot, and I think it's amazing. And number 8 on the list of things that I love that everybody else hates is glitter. I love glitter. I don't know why people gotta be hating on glitter. I get it. I'm sorry, sea turtles. I'm sorry that it makes its way into the ocean and you chew on it and you die. I'm sorry. I live in North Dakota. You know how long it's gonna take for my glitter to make it anywhere near the ocean? I try to find biodegradable glitters. I'm trying to look around for better options because I know that it's harmful to the planet. I also feel like that's one of the least of our problems. Like, we're gonna burn ourselves off the planet before the fucking sea turtles ever taste any of this glitter. But I love glitter. It's sparkly, it's pretty, it's so gorgeous, it makes me look lovely. I just love glitter, and I know that that's becoming an unpopular thing, but until the scientists and the lawmakers pry it from my cold, dead hands, I gotta love it. I love what I love. I said what I said. I'm sorry. Sorry, sea turtles. Number 7 on the list is Peachy Queen. I don't know why everybody is hating on Peachy Queen palettes. I think they're fun. I think they're pigmented. Yes, she's clearly just working with a factory in China and curating palettes together, but these are, more personalized than the typical sort of buy from a factory, private label sort of palettes. I think she comes up with fun themes, and I just like them. I think the quality is good. They're maybe not as good as like a Juvia's Place or, one of those other brands that buys their products from China, but I still think they're good. I think they're beautiful. So this is the Tarot palette, and this has some gorgeous jewel tones. It does have a couple pressed glitters. Don't get me started on that. I don't love a pressed glitter, but I do love this color story. I think it's beautiful. It's deep. They've done a lot of like bright, sunshiny, pastel kind of palettes, so I'm glad that they're getting back to these jewel tones, and I just think they have some beautiful color stories. And I think sometimes people are annoyed by the fact that they have a lot of palettes that are clearly not licensed. This is obviously a Friends palette. This is I'll Be There For You. It's got the little Friends logo where it says by Peachy Queen, but it's got the dots in between the letters. This is clearly inspired by Friends, but it's not licensed, or it would be called a Friends palette. Same thing with the shades. The shade names are clearly taken from the show Friends. We have Smelly Cat. I love Smelly Cat. We Were on a Break. Ross was right. I will stand by that forever. They were on a break. He can fuck whoever he wants. Rachel can shut up about it. They were on a break. They have Moo Point, which is hilarious. I love Joey. Pivot. 7, I Got Off the Plane. Central Perk. Drink the Fat. Naked Guy. Days of Our Lives. Trifle. The Trifle episode is so funny. Oh my God. They even have one for Janice. We love her. Paleontologist. And then they have... Where's Yemen? Don't they have a shade called Yemen, or is that something else that I was thinking of? Oh yeah, Yemen, right here. The only shade I didn't look at. Yemen. Oh, I just think this is fun. And yes, I've watched all the way through Friends. I'm not a big Friends fan, but I have watched all the way through, so I recognize all the shade names. I get that it's unlicensed or whatever, but I just think they're fun. I think they're playful. I think they're good quality, and they're not that expensive. I'm here for it. Number 6 on the list is scented products. I love things like the Tutti Frutti line by Too Faced. I don't have a lot of chemical sensitivities. I know some people do. I know it's an issue, and I absolutely feel like people should have unscented options and all of that. However, having said that, I do love scented products. If it's not something where the scent is going to linger on my face all day, I love being able to open a palette and just take a little sniff, and it's a pleasant experience. I love it. So I don't want it to be overpowering, but I think that I'm fine with it. I know a lot of people rag on it, and they'll say that, it's sensitizing to your skin or whatever, and some people are sensitive to them and some people are not, and I just happen to be one that's not, and I enjoy the experience. So I definitely think there should be unscented options for everyone as well, but I don't mind a scented palette. I think they're fun. It's like a 3-way. Number 5 on the list of things that I love that other people hate is food-themed palettes. So here we have another couple of palettes from Glamlight. They're a repeat offender on this list. Some people hate these sort of like photorealistic representations of food on palettes. Some people just hate food altogether, although we've been eating chocolate bars from Too Faced for 100 years, so we're getting real picky with our food all of a sudden. But I love these. I think they're fun, and I think they're fun because of the shades. So this is the Glamlight Burger palette. And some people get all mad because it's got this sort of like picture of a burger underneath. But these shades are bomb. These green shades, this shade blue cheese, this popsicle red tomatoes. Oh my god. These shades are so beautiful. Why would you be mad just because it's on this? And then, okay, this is where I become a grouchy old Gen Xer, and I start to give a little side eye to the Zoomers. Where I was on a live chat one time where they were talking about food-themed palettes, and somebody brought up, well, how can they claim to be vegan if they have a picture of meat on their palette? Fuck you. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, some people have these ridiculous expectations. They can call themselves vegan because their formula does not use any animal products or byproducts. Period. That's what the fuck vegan means. So you may decide that it means if you have a picture of hamburger anywhere near it, you can't call it vegan. Well, that's your stupid opinion, and nobody fucking asked you, Karen. So get out of here. I love it. Yes, this is still a vegan palette. I would eat this burger. It looks delicious. And I love food-themed palettes because how many fucking beachy palettes with a pop of blue, how many fucking mermaid palettes, how many unicorn palettes did I have to sit through for years? And now somebody's playing around and they're giving us some fun, like food-themed. They're playing with color. They're playing with theme. I think it's fantastic and I love it. So there. Number 4 on things that I love that other people hate is super matte foundations. I love a good matte foundation. I love a matte finish. I didn't mind the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, even though it was like putting cement on your face. It was so matte. It was so cakey. I loved it. But you know what? I get that I'm not the typical makeup consumer. I am an industrial application. This is a whole lot of industrial light and magic that's happening up here. So I need full coverage. I love a matte coverage so that I can create this trash human being that you see before you. It just takes a lot of coverage, a lot of work. So I love Juvia's Place. They have a really good matte formula. The Oma Beauty takes a little building up to be like super, super matte, but I love it. The Kat Von D is super matte. Urban Decay's All Nighter is pretty good at being matte. The trend right now is dewy and luminous and I'm an oily beast. I don't have time for that shit. I'm gonna be dewy and luminous because I'm just gonna be a sweaty hoe by the time the day is over. So I need to start with a matte concrete base. Lay it down. Lay it down. That's what I love. Number 3 on my list are blush palettes. I love a good blush palette. Again, file this under, I know that I'm not the typical makeup consumer. Some people have a typical way that they like to do their makeup. They have certain colors that they use all the time. So I get when people criticize blush palettes for saying that, you know, somebody's not going to get use out of every single shade because whatever their skin tone is, they're going to be able to use the ones that are better for light skin. They'll be able to use the ones better for dark skin. I use all kinds of colors because I'm doing all kinds of different weird looks. Now, I tend to do, I guess, my version of a more natural application when I'm doing filming. So I don't do a lot of really crazy editorial sort of looks, but I have this one from Crown. This is a good example where there's a really deep shade, there's a highlight and kind of a shimmery bronzer or a brown blush. There's a lot of range in here. I love it. I can use all of these colors in different ways. This is a 10-pan blush palette that I got from BH Cosmetics. I think I just got it free with an order. But again, there's a whole range here, and I can use all of these shades. I can find ways to work them into my contour. I love to have kind of medium shades to blend my contour up into my blush. I love having light shades to kind of blend up to the highlighter. I love having all different kinds of shades available, so I'm never mad about it. I get that I'm not typical, but that's fine. I don't have to be typical. Number 2 on the list is matte liquid lipstick. I know that matte liquid lipsticks have kind of had their day. They're not the trend. Right now, everybody is all about glosses. There's a lot of stick lipsticks, tube lipsticks that have kind of come on the scene and taken a lot of the focus away. And I love that people are going for a lighter coverage. Not me. I love a matte liquid lipstick. I love to be able to paint it on and know it'll stay there and know it'll stick and not have to worry about it. When I do a show and I'm hosting and I'm constantly talking, I don't have a lot of time to run backstage and try to fix my lips and change it up and then have to let it dry and all that kind of stuff. Or lipstick. I'm forever, you'll notice even on these videos, I'm sure there are times where I have lipstick all over my goddamn teeth. I am so tired of things that don't just stay where I put them. That's why I love a matte liquid lipstick. I love just painting it on. And yes, some of them can get a little dry, they can get a little uncomfortable, but there are a lot of formulas out there that are not really that bad. They're definitely different if you're used to a gloss, if you're used to that light glossy, slick kind of feeling, if you're used to the feeling of a tube lipstick, yes, it's gonna feel different. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad or it's dry. I love them. I love the longevity. I'm hoping they make their way back around into the trend again soon because I'm ready for some new ones. And number one on the list of things that I love that everyone else hates. And when I say everyone else hates these, I mean it. These were the things that actually inspired this entire video. Because I have seen so many people badmouth, drag, anti-haul, read to filth these palettes, and I think they are adorable. And they are the I Heart Revolution drive-thru burger palettes. First of all, this packaging is adorable. I love that it comes in a little burger box. This is so cute. I love it. And the palettes themselves are kind of like the donut palettes, if you've seen those from Revolution Beauty. They have some, I think, in the regular Makeup Revolution and in I Heart Revolution. They've got the squishy, like, stress ball dog toy. Oh my god. I think this is so cute. And I know that everybody hates these. They are so mean about these. I love it. I think it's so cute. Like, there's been some really weird makeup packaging and just weird themes that I think this is adorable. And then you open it up, and the palette itself is not bad. The palette is kind of just a cute little warm palette. Now, I Heart Revolution sometimes is hit or miss with the quality. I just got these in recently. I ordered them so that I could play around with them in a future video, but also so I could make this video specifically. But I think these are adorable, and this was like $8, $9 for this little palette, these 8 shades. Super fun reds and yellows. And then there's these beautiful yellows and greens in the vegan version. Not vegan in terms of the ingredients, but the vegan burger. I just think these colors are pretty. I'm excited to play around with them. I think I might do a Face Friday post, kind of like I did with the Glamlight Pizza Slice palettes, where I do the grilled cheesy versus the vegan stack, and do kind of a different eye look on each one. I think these are adorable. This is the vegan stack. It's got a little green stripe. It's a green burger instead of a brown. Adorable. I think these are adorable. Fight me. I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm willing to die on this hill for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so mad about $8 palettes from I Heart Revolution, but I just think they're cute. I think they're fun. I think it's different. I think that it's an interesting little addition. If you like the makeup inside, but you don't like the packaging, rip this off, use it as a stress ball, give it to your dog as a chew toy. Throw it away, who cares? But I think these are adorable, they're inexpensive, and look for an upcoming post on janessaj.com to see if they perform well. Alright, so that is my top 10 list of things that I love that everyone else hates. So let me know what you think below. Do you hate these things as well? Are you ready to fight me? Or we're going to take it out to the parking lot? Or do you love some of these things as well? What are some things that you love that you think everybody else is always bad-mouthing, back-talking, hating on? What are some things that you absolutely adore and you don't care what anybody says? Because guess what? Until you're paying my bills, you don't get to have an opinion on how I spend my money. Thank you, goodbye, and good luck. I do not care. I love it. If I love it, I love it, I love it, and I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to have fun with it, and haters can just die mad about it. So thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you would go down and hit that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe on your way out. And if you feel so inclined, you can always hit the bell notification icon so that you can get notifications of all future uploads on this channel. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, don't forget that all of my social media is always linked down in the description box. And you can always find more great makeup and lifestyle content on my website, The World of Champagne, at janessajay.com. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you again, bye.
And we're recording and we're shaking and recording.
And so one of the things that I hear often about people... How was I going to finish this off? Number 9 on the things of things. Number 9 on the list of things that I love that everyone else hates. And this one isn't necessarily things... Fuck. I'm going to do it again just to be obnoxious.
Okay, do it again.
Coconut.
Why didn't you like double fist it and send it from both sides?
Yeah. It's like a three-way. I don't know if that was too whispery. Let me try it again.
Okay.
It's like a three-way.
So.
Okay.
It's recording. As you reclined.
Oh, this is me post three-way. Oh, worn out. Oh, really? Yet to find a man who can wear me out. Because I'm a slut. And proud of it. I think they're fun because of the shades.
Smack them on the table.
Oh yeah, super matte foundation.
Super matte.
Super matte. Super matte. Super matte. It's super matted. Number 3 on this list is... Oh, I started to hold that backwards. Number 3 on my list is blush palettes. I love
it's
a good...
upside down too now.
Oh, shit. This is a 10-pan blush palette from BH Cosmetics that I think I got free with an order, and I haven't really played with it very much. Oh, and then I just stuck my finger in it. But it's beautifully pigmented and all over my shirt. And so this is a... Fuck, okay. Let me take a drink.
I think you kind of...
Yeah, I think I got it on my shirt, and it'll be there forever. I love to have kind of medium shades to blend my contour up into my blush.
Medium shades.
Perfect. You're looking real nervous back there.
Well, I feel like I had it set for an autofocus in previous parts. And then I was like, oh, it kept doing this little gray square on different things. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? And then I messed around and I was like, oh, maybe it wasn't on autofocus. So this last part is definitely focused. I think it looks about the same.
Okay,
so.
good. Hopefully the video's focused.
Yeah.
Glitter, glitter, glitter. Glitter. Number 8 on the list of things that I love that everyone else seems to hate is... Glitter! Glitter, glitter, glitter. Glitter! Glitter!
Only you're able to like, shut up in there!
Okay.
Oh.
And number 8 on the list of things that I love that ever... Fuck. Okay. And number 8 on the list of things that I love that everybody else hates is... glitter! I love... Okay, calm it down.